5 minutes. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I do that, I wanted to ask for, to be able to allow Ranking Members Larson's statement to be submitted for the record.
Without objection, show that done.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for calling today's hearing on the fiscal year 2025 budget request for the U.S. Coast Guard. Admiral Fagan and Master Chief Jones, while the service is facing trying times, your leadership is instrumental in supporting Coasties. You've done an outstanding job leading the service thus far, and I'm confident that the Coast Guard has a bright future under your leadership. We expect a lot from our Coasties. Recently, they have responded to the vessel collisions and bridge collapse in Baltimore, delivered supplies to ICE in McMurdo Station in the Antarctic, and traversed the Taiwan Straits. I was pleased that the fiscal year 2024 budget request included a slight increase in discretionary funding, but still more resources are needed to support the service. I have had the opportunity to visit numerous Coast Guard stations around the country. While the new cutters and aircraft I have seen are great, the people charged with operating those assets are certainly strained. Coasties in many cases are working in subpar buildings. They are living hours away from their workplace due to insufficient housing allowances. They're not able to take time off because of workforce shortages. They often can't find quality childcare, and so on. I've heard from service members across the country about mental health concerns. Search and rescue, drug and migrant interdiction, and extended deployments can take a serious physical and mental toll. Coasties and their families deserve the highest level of medical care regardless of their geographic location. If we don't take care of the Coasties, we cannot expect the same Coast Guard we've come to rely on. Search and rescue capacity will decline. More illegal drugs will make it across our borders. More environmental disasters will occur as a result of fewer vessel inspections and decreased response capacity. Congress must do better. The Commandant has said that the Coast Guard needs to be a $20 billion service by 2030, and I believe that should be the minimum. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Coast Guard's efforts to address sexual assault and sexual harassment and the culture change in the service. Turning a ship as old and large as the Coast Guard takes strong leadership, time, and commitment. I'm pleased to witness strong leadership and commitment by Admiral Fagan and believe that the service is on the right course. This committee continues to conduct vigorous oversight to ensure that the ship stays on course. As we discuss the Coast Guard's budget and ongoing resources needs, I hope our witnesses will be candid. Congress and the American people need to know what will happen if Coast Guard is not a $20 billion service by 2030. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.